This is the Transformers masterpiece MP28 Hot Rodimus by Takara. This is a figure I've been looking forward to reviewing ever since it was announced. And I picked up this figure at Our Toys in Green Hills. So if you want to look around Green Hills, a lot of stores are already selling this particular figure. And the reason I picked it up was because I didn't get MP9, which was Rodimus Convoy, or I think that was it, Rodimus Convoy. There was a lot of issues with that figure. I've seen reviews. I didn't think I was prepared to spend that kind of money for a figure that I knew I probably wouldn't be happy with. But looking back, now that thing costs so much. The one with the trailer, the Hasbro version costs much lower, but the one with the trailer is the one you want to get if you want to get a Rodimus Convoy, Rodimus Prime. And after reviewing this figure, I think Takara has sort of redeemed themselves from that figure. And because this figure was very nice, it turned out to be great. In fact, I'm now looking forward to getting an MP9, but I'll need to find the second hand. I don't think I can afford a brand new one. Anyway, so here is the figure. It's a smaller sized Rodimus Prime. Obviously, it is Hot Rod. He's not yet a Prime. Before he became Rodimus Prime. And let's talk about packaging first. Here's the box. Very nice. They got it very correct. I mean, the colors, the detail. He has a little bit of a backpack, but that's fine. They got it. I think the details are so spot on with the G1 version that this thing is just absolutely amazing. I loved Hot Rod, but when he became Rodimus Prime in Series 3 of Season 3 of G, it was just annoying. But as Hot Rod, I really liked him. Okay, we'll put the box there. I got the coin with it. And that's the coin. We'll put this one somewhere. Also comes with a nice collector trading card. Okay. And he comes with a nice set of instructions. Very, very nice. And there you go. Specs, alt mode, robot mode. His blaster, the photon laser. There's two of them. This is for holding it, and this one is for mounting it in car mode. As you can see, you can mount it right there. We'll show that later. And also in the engine, just like a Target Master. If you have the Target Master, maybe you could do that. I don't know. You could also attach the ones he used to what do you call it, saw blade that he used to cut those cybernetic vines, I think, on Quintessa. And then a fishing rod. I'm not a big fan of this particular accessory. This is one. See, you can have him. You can actually have him seated in that position. Not quite like that. And then with Daniel, and I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of this one. It does look cool as like a bullwhip, if you can imagine it to be a bullwhip, like whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. But other than that, this thing is just pretty useless. To me, it's a nice touch. It's like the apron, the apron, and that mind device thing they added on Grimlock, but totally not necessary. It's a nice, cute little add-on, but not entirely necessary for the enjoyment of the figure. Oh, by the way, you notice that I have him with the visor on. That's because it's a lot easier to put back the visor than it is to put it out, because the rivet is just so tight, and I'm afraid that if I try and rush it in the review, I might go ahead and break it. It's a very, very, it feels like a fragile piece of plastic, and you just have to do it nice and gingerly. It has to go all the way in before you can put his helmet back on, and it's probably gonna stay like that forever as long as this guy is in my possession. Yeah, because just try pulling that one out. The first time I did, I had like 2 fingers pull it out because it felt like it was gonna break, and I'm gonna try and demonstrate it as carefully as I can. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I can do it. Oh, yeah, like that. Oh my god. I cringe every time I feel that. I try and poke it out, but I probably won't ever do that again. Which is gonna suck for this figure, because over time that joint is just gonna get tighter and tighter. Okay, so let me just stand him up. He's skinny and lanky, just like how Rodimus or Hot Rod looked like in the 1980s movie. And he can hold the weapons on either hand. Nice, like a cowboy with 2 pistols. That's fine. But he stands nice. He just looks exactly like how Hot Rod should look like in toy form. Here he is with our favorite size comparison figure, the year of the MP10, year of the horse MP10 in my case. So not bad, not bad. It's a good size, good decent size. Why'd you have to interfere? Megatron wouldn't be able to shoot me. Sorry, okay? Get over it. You're alive again, right? You know, I just hated Hot Rod for doing that. If he hadn't gotten involved, I mean, ugh. I know, I was just trying to help. When you were a kid, it was like, oh, Hot Rod, what are you doing? So anyway, pretty neat. Look at him. There's that backpack I was talking about. That's how the rest of the car parts compress. The top part and the rear part of the car, it compresses like that. But it's still not bad. It looks like he has a jetpack. Nice little sleek jetpack. And this one, although in the cartoon he's a little bit more flatter. Okay. It is magnificent. I have to admit, I'm just so pleased with this figure. If I have to fault it in any way, it's that there's too much elegance in the transformation, to the point that you feel like you're going to break a few pieces, and that there are some pieces that feel that are not as strong, and they feel like KO pieces, like the shoulder pieces, or like yeah, like where they attach there, and some pieces here. But other than that, it looks really great. So let me show you the way that thing works. Saw blade. Oh, it should be on the other hand. Whatever. Did he use it on the left hand? Yep, he did use it on the left hand. Okay. I love this. I love this detail. They got it so right. And here's that saw blade. Like pizza cutter mode. It's like when I was a kid, how does this thing fit inside his forearm? It's like it started out like a spear and then opened up like a fan. Anyway, it can be difficult to pull out the hands. You just have to align it, make sure it's not twisted to the left or right. Articulation for the figure, very, very nice. You got all sorts of articulation. Waist swivel, ball jointed neck, ball hinge shoulders, double jointed elbows, bicep swivel, hinge wrists, swivel wrists, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ball hinge ankles, even with a rocker joint. So very nice. The paint apps for the figure, fantastic. It's so Hot Rod. There's nothing wrong with it. I cannot fault it in any way with the paint apps. Yeah, some chipping. There we go. As the moment I say it, I find something wrong with it, but that's fine. Is there not enough light? Okay. All right. Face, not bad at all. Okay. Now his chest part is a little bit like bulging, not flush. That's because I've actually put the Matrix of Leadership, the Year of the Horse Matrix of Leadership, Optimus Prime. It does fit in right there. Can he hold it? Yeah, sure. Why not? You can probably have him hold it. Light or darkest hour. Yeah. Okay. But that's nice. That's a nice touch that they added that. So if you remove the Matrix of Leadership, it's nice and flush. All right. Transform this figure, and again, it's very, very elegant. There are some pieces like this one, the shoulder pieces, that they just sit right there. I thought that was a little bit lame, but yeah, what can you do? Okay. First thing you want to do is you want to detach this piece. See, it feels like you're gonna break it. That's That's the thing about this figure. But it's so elegant, the way they transform it, the way the transformation is done. Attach the shoulder pieces. Attach this thing there. And then as you open up these pieces, these things collapse. Open up these pieces, the thrusters or exhaust, or yeah, extra boosters, and then you tab these in right there. Okay. Okay, it's all gonna look like a mess because I'm not doing it in order, but what can you do? Okay. Okay. Open up the arm. Do it this way. Rotate. And then rotate. Okay, did everybody get that? Raise up the arm, straighten out the arm, fold in the fist. Fold in the fist. Rotate the bicep, and then rotate the shoulder. Now you have to do this before you collapse before you try to transform the whole body. You have to squeeze in that shoulder joint right there. These is the parts that feel like KO pieces. They're so flimsy and the plastic looks so cheap. Okay. Make sure everything is flush. You don't have to connect it right away. Okay, so that's the top part done. The legs are pretty easy to do. Just fold them like this, fold them, and then just like the Combiner Wars toys, fold in like that. I thought that was nice. You know what? I feel more comfortable with this kind of transformation rather than the MP10s stretch in and stretch out, stretch out and then collapse in. I would feel better with this one. And then you just tab the legs together. That, and just fold all the side skirts. You can fold it just flush like that. One point of articulation I forgot to mention is that he's got that hip. He's got that hip articulation. Other than just the waist swivel, he's got that hip, so he can have a lot of hip action. You know, if you want to pose him. Whatever. What am I saying? Anyway, so those tabs right there are gonna tab in right here. So you just have to wish that they line up. Unfortunately for me, they're not cooperating. Is it lower or up or higher? Oh, there. Oh. And they're not. Okay, there we go. All right, that's the rear part of the car done. Oh, that hip action, as I mentioned. Okay, looking good, looking good. Man, this would be a nice retool for Blur. I swear to God. Takara told me, please make a Blur. Then a cup, then a Springer. Okay, fold this one out right here, and that's the engine block, which, you know, it will reveal. You can peg in maybe a Target Master or one of his guns. Okay, the instructions just say to just fold it, and it should collapse nice and easy, but I don't know, I think I missed it, but I think you do need to open it. Yeah, I think you need to open the chest cavity so that you could do that and then close it back. That's for me the easiest way to transform that. But you don't do it that way, you do it this way. Let's hold these. Okay, you do it this way. Make sure you shoot that orange piece first underneath right there. Oh, by the way, you can, if you want to. Man, what am I doing? And now he's stuck. Okay, I was gonna say you can, if you want to, you can rotate that head 180 degrees so it's not showing in car mode when you flip it up, but it's gonna make his neck move that way, so I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to strain that neck. It's not a bit of a strain, but instructions don't call for it, so and I'm okay. I'm totally okay with it showing up on the underside of on the undercarriage of the car, so that's fine. Okay, just like that. Make sure everything's flush. Okay, and then tab these here, and tab these here, right there. If you've reached this point, then you're doing great. And those holes, you tab in somewhere there, right there, fairly easily. Okay. I'm surprised at, I thought it would be a very difficult transformation. It's very elegant. It feels fragile at certain parts of the transformation, but it is very smooth and relatively easy. I thought a much easier transformation than, let's say, Prowl or maybe Trax. And this is a toy that you can go from car mode, robot mode, back and forth fairly easily. Just be careful, be gentle with it. There's no way to store this one, I don't think so, or that fishing rod. But these, the instructions say they, what am I doing? You peg on right here, or right there, and the other one's right there. And that's really, oh, they're actually different guns. My mistake. I thought they were the same gun. Interesting. Okay, pretty cool. So I guess this looks more like the Target Master. You put him right here. Or not. What the hell? Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's... Maybe if you had the Target Master from Rodimus Convoy, Rodimus Prime, maybe that would work. I don't know. I don't have that figure. I'll put it there. So, lots of chrome, lots of detail. I love the maroon, the pinkish maroon. They got it right. Pink. Or magenta. I think that's the correct color. And there's a lot more gaps now that I've transformed him several times compared to when I first when I first got him out of the packaging. He was so tight. Now he's a lot more loose. Okay. Okay. And he looks great. He looks that sleek supercar. What do they call it? The Japanese call it. Takara calls it. Supercar. Yeah, that's his alt mode. And I do love it. Despite my minor gripe about it being too elegant, this figure is going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. It deserves that. A 10 out of 10. Fantastic work, Takara told me. I mean, when the Hasbro version hits, I mean, if Hasbro does decide to release this particular figure, oh my god, those things are going to fly. I mean, a lot of collectors stateside are going to want to get this particular figure. I love it. I really do. But very, very nice. It's a Japanese import at the moment. If you can afford it, by all means, go pick it up. But don't pay too much for it. It's a little over $60, maybe. Don't pay more than $70, I think. I think $80 might be too much for this figure, but $60 is certainly worth it. $60 is about the price of a leader class figure here in Manila, about $60. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. The Transformers Masterpiece MP28 Cybertron Cavalier Hot Rodimus. Thanks for watching.